The 1930s locomotives epitomise an era when everyone was thinking modern, Maserati, Ferrari and all these famous cars, and the railways decided on a modern image. So they started putting streamlined casings on their engines and clocking up higher speeds. It became very much an iconic way of doing things and was very much admired by everyone. Yes, interestingly, one of the LNER streamlined locomotives, called Empire of India, came to me via a collector come dealer about 50 years, or nearly 50 years ago, and it was in a terrible state. And this particular man had about 4 or 5 of these very, very rare Bassett locomotives, and I told him he was being very greedy and mean by keeping so many, and it seemed to actually upset him. And then after a while he rang me up and said, "I've got 2 things I want you to restore for me. If you do that, I can let you have this streamlined locomotive as part payment." I thought, wow, bingo. So I said, yes please. I stripped it down and repainted it as Empire of India, and here it is in its beautiful garter blue colour. When you see the layout as it is glazed, you see everything and it looks extremely good. But when you take the glazing away, you suddenly feel part of the layout, because not only do you you can get a bit closer to it all, you also hear all the sounds when they're running, and it has a whole atmosphere of its own. It is incredible, and everybody gets excited by it when there is no glazing. Whatever engines you run, they need looking at to start with, because they haven't run for a while, because of their age, and you have to be very careful. They need oiling. You need to inspect them, the mechanisms, to make sure such things as what they call the contact brushes on the electric motors are all properly lined up and clean, and cleanliness is the absolute byword for this. And make sure wheels and everything are clean and all the bearings are lightly oiled, and that's it really. A nice dust over to make sure they're ready for running and viewing. Whenever big famous manufacturers like Bassett Loc or Milbro and various others they were great model train producers, and they were very aware of people's desire for whatever was the latest thing. And so particularly people like Bassett Loc would be aware of new designs before the design came out even. And when the design was about to come out, then it was very, very much the thing to do to make a model of it, so that people could buy a model of. And those streamlined locomotives were enormously expensive. They're very difficult to make because of the strange shaping. There's no geometry to them in a way. They're very, very not angular. People are always quite enthralled by it, I would say, but between enthralled and excited. And the young ones get excited, but so do the old ones actually. The older people see the nostalgia of it and understand it more. The little ones, younger ones, haven't ever seen it before, and it is quite spectacular for them. And to see it and hear it is just an exciting feature. So yes, everybody loves it.